Well, a lot of Republicans love the fact that Joe Biden is saying stop, can't do it, no, ho, 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 no. Texas Republican Congressman Troy Nehls joins us right now. Congressman, good morning to you.
Good morning. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and all your listeners.
Thank you very much. And Christmas came early to you with Joe Manchin saying no yesterday. But, you know, the White House and top Democrats have been saying, Congressman, you know, this is not going to cost anything. It's completely paid for. But then the CBO came out and said, hey, wait a minute, that's not right. It's going to cost a lot.
Absolutely, and this administration understands that, but they're not being truthful with the American people. The CBO is a neutral organization. They're out there, they're the accountants. They're looking at the number, and the number for them, it's very dismal. It's just adding billions and billions of dollars of more debt to the American people, and I applaud Senator Manchin and some of the other conservatives, the conservatives over there for stopping this, because this is a bad bill. It's dangerous. It's not good for America. It places the American people last, quite honestly.
What about the conversation that people are already having on Capitol Hill about possibly breaking the bill up and maybe a portion of it could be passed, something that Senator Manchin might agree with? Do you think that could happen, or is this Build Back Better phase of American history completely dead?
I mean, anything's possible over in the Senate. We know on the...
Go ahead.
Good morning. You know, everything we're doing over there on the Senate side, you know, we don't control any of that. But what we do know is many of these bills are being they're being passed through the House of Representatives, and then the Senate, the more deliberate body, is looking at these bills. They realize how dangerous they are, and again, I think Senator Manchin realizes that this isn't good for the American people, and he's doing something about it. Could they chop it up a little bit? They did it a little with the infrastructure bill. That's for certain. Then it went back to the House and passed the House. So anything is possible over there in the Senate, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Congressman, was there a deal with Joe Manchin and some of the Republicans that voted for the bipartisan deal? That if you guys help me out here, I'll kill the reconciliation bill?
Well, we do know that during the infrastructure bill, deals were cut. Of course, there's all sorts of deals cut over there, but I tell you, I'm a hard no. I've always been a hard no, not only on reconciliation, but the infrastructure bill. So my concern is I think the Build Back Better bill is broke. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but I do believe that this administration is going to now pivot more to H.R. 1, which is this federal takeover of our elections. And that's the bill. Yeah. That is the bill that the American people need to be concerned about this coming year.
Well, federal elections, yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk, Congressman, a little bit about Build Back the Border Wall Better, because the state of Texas over the weekend announced that they've already raised $50 million to build on state land and land owned by ranchers and landowners the wall to try to keep your state more safe. This is something that Joe Biden pulled the plug on pretty much at the get-go, but you say it's really needed for the Lone Star State.
It is, and Governor Abbott is doing the right thing. He took his oath of office, and it was to protect the people in the great state of Texas. You know, when Joe Biden was sworn in January 20th, he rose his hand and he said, I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States. And in my humble opinion, he has violated his own oath. We know, just statistically, there are hundreds of thousands of people entering our southern border, up to 1.7 million this year, 170,000 just in November. So we keep setting more and more records. But what we do know is many of the individuals that are being apprehended at our southern border are criminals. And we continue to see more and more criminals apprehended. And why is that? Because the governor has placed the National Guard and Department of Public Safety to help augment the Border Patrol that is understaffed. They're working their tails off, and they're having a very difficult time because we have hundreds and thousands of miles of southern border in our great state of Texas. So the governor's doing what he can to protect the American people and people of Texas.
Yeah, well, we just got the November border encounters number. It's up 140% from last year to about 175,000 encounters. So if you care about border security, then that Texas-built border wall is probably welcome news to you. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. Do you want?
Yeah, my last thing is they had the drug czar up from the Biden administration on who said fentanyl is killing Americans at a dizzying rate. Says it's made in China, sold to the cartels. The cartels are breaking it down, mixing it in with everyday drugs and some illegal drugs, whether it's cocaine and Ritalin, and killing Americans coming through our southern border. The only thing they're not doing is seeing they're complicit in leaving our southern border wide open.
Without a doubt, Brian, and this administration is complicit in this. And fentanyl is killing more people today than car crashes. So if you build that wall, it's going to channel these individuals. Build the wall, channel these individuals into these ports of entry, these ingress and egress points, so we can identify who they are. Yeah. The wall's certainly going to hurt the criminals, the drug cartels. It's going to hurt their bottom line. It's going to hurt their business plan, because they want these individuals to get into our southern border undetected, prey on the American people, prey on they're trafficking their own people into our country. And there are many victims out there. The stories that we have heard from some of the women and their families, horrible.
The cartels and the coyotes are going to have to work harder to get people here. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us. Merry Christmas.